Zaijian, whatever time it is, or wherever you are listening. Uh, Over here, it is in the afternoon, 3 p.m., and it is cloudy here in Kaiser, Oregon. Windy, which is okay, but Oregonians, we need the rain. We're in a bad drought. Even with the rain that came 2 nights ago and it poured down, I thought the Willamette River was going to overflood with all the rain, but no, no, it did not. As a matter of fact, it took in all the moisture from the rain, and since the ground was so dry, it just sucked all the moisture into the ground, and the Willamette River was still pretty low. So uh, we need the rain. The wind is great. The leaves are falling from the trees, and that is a great time to go ahead and catch leaves. Now, granted, I'm 53 years old, so catching leaves by myself would look pretty silly, immature in a way. So, I have to invite my kids to catch the leaves with us. And our thing is that with a pure heart and a pure mind, you catch 3 leaves that are falling, then you get a wish granted. So it's not only good exercise you're doing, trying to catch these leaves as they're blowing through the wind, but it also is a good stress reliever because it rids yourselves of the fears and frustrations and the worries of the days, because you have to have a pure heart and pure mind catching 3 leaves to get a wish. So, I'm not sure if it's really true, and I'm not sure where I have heard that from, but it's a great time to just enjoy yourself and be enjoying the present moment as it's happening. And the Chinese word for nature is zhujiang, which means that what happens of itself. And there's factors going on in getting your wish granted with that, where it, like catching the 3 leaves, okay, that's hard in itself to do, especially when you have a strong wind. You have to do a lot of running and catch the leaves, but at the same time, you have to have a pure heart and pure mind. And once you catch the leaves, you got to think, oh, was I in a good state of mind? Was my heart being pure of no fears and frustrations or worries? And you're thinking of that. Of course, once you think that, then all of a sudden these bad thoughts come to mind. Those are what I've learned were called ants, A-N-T, automatic negative thoughts, ants. And they appear out of nowhere. They all of a sudden you're feeling good, and then these automatic negative thoughts come. And you're like, "What are you doing? Get away! I don't want you." And of course, there's a whole bunch of tools and things to do to get rid of those thoughts, and or at least have them die down a little bit. But part of the thing about catching your leaves and getting your wish granted is kind of everyday happening. To me, when I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking, okay, am I feeling good? Am I not feeling good? What at this moment do I have to do to feel good? And it could be anything. When I'm waking up in the morning, I have to tell myself, okay, I'm tired. I know I don't want to get out of bed because it's cold right now. And believe me, here in Oregon, it has been getting cold lately. But if I go ahead and put on my slippers and something warm over me, then I could go ahead and have my coffee. Now, anybody that knows me knows I like a good cold coffee. so that when I have the coffee, I could just chug it on down and be over with it instead of this sipping nonsense. I mean, I shouldn't say nonsense, but sipping, come on, that's for tea time. That is not for coffee. Coffee, get the coffee, black coffee, chug it down, wait for a few minutes, and you're revved to go. So that's what I look forward to. And that's number one thing. The number one thing that I think of is getting warm, going over and having the coffee. If I could feel that one thing in less than 3 minutes, then I could do something else less than 3 minutes. And usually that's, going over and getting a shower, listening to some kind of relaxing music. Although sometimes I do enjoy music that's a little bit more fast-paced, so that when I'm taking a shower, I feel energized. It depends on how much sleep I have, because if I only had a couple of hours of sleep, then sometimes the coffee is just not going to work. And listening to fast, energized music while taking a shower is just not doing it. So with my exclusions, I go ahead and figure out what kind of mood I'm in and listen to good music or relaxing music. And then try to have that nice hot water. And for me, sometimes the best thing in the world is to have that hot water beat down in the back of your neck and just let go. Just let all your frustrations go. And that would be the other moment where I think, okay, this is what I like. So I have my coffee, get in the shower, and just two things that I like to do. Those things have been fulfilled. So after the shower, I'll go ahead and do my teeth brushing and look in the mirror and see if I'm handsome or not. If I'm not handsome, then, I have to stay longer in the mirror with good music, preening my hair or whatever, and convince myself, hey, I'm ready to seize the day. So once I get out of that routine, then I go ahead and get dressed. And I have to, for me, figure out what is going to make me feel good for the day, what kind of clothes that I like, which is a little bit superficial. I understand that. But when it gets cold, you need jeans. When it gets cold, you need a sweater, that kind of attire is necessary for the weather, the conditions of the weather. And, you may need an umbrella or raincoat, what have you. But feeling good with the right attire when you're going out in the weather, it helps out a lot, because if you wear the wrong attire, if you have shorts on during a cold day, you're going to be miserable, unless you're going jogging, but you're still going to be cold, and that's going to dampen your day. That's going to lower your mood, and doing that. Anyway, so those are just a couple of things that I have in the morning that I know I will feel good for the remainder of the day. If not, then there's something else going on with me. And that takes time to learn. It's like, I did the couple of things to do in the morning and I'm still not feeling good. There's something else going on inside this noggin that is working against me. And things that work against me is not all the time easy to work out through. A lot of times it's the subconscious that's working against me. I'll tell you the story that happened to me a couple of days during ballroom dance lesson. We were doing the tango, American tango, and I was doing pretty good. I'm not a good tango dancer. I'm an okay tango dancer. Now my partner, she's like the Ginger Rogers. She could float on air. She's an amazing dance partner, and I'm so blessed to have her. But when we get into step, I know I'm doing good because we're both just being one with the floor. We're just listening to the rhythmic vibrations and dancing across the floor, and I know we're doing good. However, there was just one time when I was feeling good and these automatic negative thoughts came. But I had no idea what the thoughts were. I just felt it inside my stomach. And it was like something's coming up, and I'm not talking about regurgitating or food, but it was a regurgitating of emotions in a sense. And then it hit my stomach, and my breathing was getting erratic, and I was feeling sad. And the first time I noticed that it was affecting me is when I was talking and I did this little stutter. Now, when I get nervous or when I'm feeling anxious about something, I get this little stutter, and at times it will come out like that. And then I know I have to stop. I have to stop and realize, whoa, something is going on with me. Now, the majority of the time, these are conscious thoughts that come to my mind, and I'm able to go ahead and figure it out. But there's quite a few times, because of my PTSD from Desert Storm, there's these subconscious thoughts that do not come out in my conscious thinking. Therefore, I have no idea what is going on with me. It could have been something in the past where I hear a car backfire, or I hear some kind of pop, and I'm like not aware of it at the time, but then subconsciously it will build up, and I try to ignore it, and it'll build up, and then all of a sudden there I am on the dance floor feeling bad. So I started feeling sad. I felt like crying. I told my partner and the dance instructor, great dance instructor, by the way, an amazing person, and I said, I'm feeling sad. I feel something in my chest. My dance partner looked at me with concern and asked if I'm doing okay. I'm like, no, I feel like crying. But my dance instructor must have had all these times with other people, and she knew exactly what to do. She says, okay, we're stopping the dances, what we're doing, the tango. She says, what do you want to dance to? Do you want to do East Coast or a tango? And what music do you want to hear? And for a second there, I was like, I don't want to hear anything. I just want to sit down. And I was about ready to sit down in a chair. But it was that moment where I thought, okay, I could sit here and feeling sad, or I could be in the present moment and listen to music and put my frustrations out on the dance floor. And that's what I chose. There are times where you have to leave a scene and try to recognize your feelings and let it out. But I was trying to feel where the sadness was coming from, and at the time, I just could not recognize what the sadness was from. So I go ahead and I chose the other way, which was I told her to play this song. And right when I said East Coast Swing, she said cha-cha, because she knows me for so long that cha-cha was actually my dance that I like to dance to. So we chose cha-cha, and we chose the song, started playing. I started dancing, started listening to the song, and I was enjoying the present moment. Because when you're dancing, you have to concentrate on what next step to do and keep along with the rhythm. While you're doing that, the feeling is dying down because you're concentrating on one other thing that you enjoy. And if you're doing something that you enjoy, then you're becoming one with that enjoyment. Now, sometimes I got to tell you, uh, I'm speaking for me, rarely does it happen, but there are times where even if I'm doing something that I enjoy, there are times where I'm going to feel so sad, so anxious that it's just not going to help out. This is one of those times that I was helping out. And I became one with what was going on, the zhuzhang, that what happens of itself, which is by the word that word means nature in Chinese. And what was happening of itself was I was being in the present moment. I was being one with what I liked, and what I liked overrode that which was something that I did not appreciate. So I started feeling better for the rest of the time. And when the whole dance lessons was over with, my dance partner asked me, well, did you sleep well? And I was like, yeah, I slept okay. And she said, what did you have to eat? And that was huge, because sometimes I get so busy with what I'm doing, I don't eat anything for the whole day. I just forget. Well, not forget, I just don't have any appetite whatsoever. So I told her, well, I had the bagel with peanut butter and some water. So that was it. It was 7:30 at night. That's all I had. She knew immediately, well, we need to get you something to eat. And that's what we did. I was feeling nervous when I went into Roth's, or the marketplace, or the store, grocery store, and I was trying to shake it off. Why was I sad? Why was I sad? Couldn't explain why I was sad. But then we were talking about other things. The price of Dungeness crab must be so expensive because they did not have it on sale there, but they had so much other great prices on the pork loins and some other stuff. And so, of course, talking about that got me into the present moment, and I was feeling better. Well, I got my sandwich that I wanted. We got some other things, and we kept talking about the groceries, what we needed to get later. And then later on, I ate my sandwich, and I felt better. Now, it was the next day, I did not feel up to par anymore. And I knew, okay, I had to come to grips. If I wake up in the morning and I'm not feeling rebooted, and all those things that I did were not working, then something was going on. So I went to my meditations, and I totally just became nothing. I took the longest time for me to lay down and to listen to music and to go through my meditations, where I was concentrating on energy from my head down to my neck and face, shoulders, arms, hands, body, trunk, and I was just putting this energy, imagining this energy going all the way down to my toes. And that got me into the present moment. And so I went in and I said, okay, what was bothering me? What part of my body was really bothering me? And it was my stomach. And I could feel the sadness there. And I was concentrating on the sadness, and I was trying to think, okay, why is this sadness happening? And no thoughts were coming to me. So I said, okay, I need to be sad. I need to let this out. and I let the sadness out. I remember just feeling it coming up to my throat and then coming out in gasp. And then my eyes started tearing up, and I know I was doing a good job because that sadness was coming out larger than life. It was just an amazing experience. I was saying, okay, why you're sad, I don't know. I don't need to know. I just need to let you out. So I let it out. And as soon as the crying stopped, I chose to look at it, and I said, okay, now why were you there? And it came to me. It came to me that this is the time, and for some reason, it must have been, like I described before, a backfire from a car that I heard earlier. And I just let it simmer in. But this was the time where we were getting ready to head out to the desert, to Desert Shield, to Saudi Arabia. And I remember I was watching, and I should not be doing this whatsoever. You know, a veteran with PTSD should not be watching war films, but I did a couple of days ago, and that was stirring in me. Even though I thought it was okay, and there are quite a few times I am okay to watch it, but if I don't get enough sleep, if I don't get enough exercise, do the things that I enjoy doing, like ballroom dancing, and my diet, then I am going to be weak, and these negative thoughts are going to be getting stronger. The subconscious is going to be stronger. And sure enough, that's what happened. It just came to me that there was this time where I heard a noise, it disturbed me, and I chose not to recognize it. So that's what happened. Today, it is a cloudy day here in Kaiser, Oregon. The wind is blowing. It is almost time to go out to the pumpkin patch, hit the mazes, try to get some cider, put the cider in a pot with some cinnamon sticks. I said it correctly, cinnamon. Sometimes when I get tongue-tied, cinnamon, it just does not come out. But cinnamon sticks, and let it heat up, and have some hot cider later in the evening. There are some good things in the future that are coming up. I am so happy, and I feel so fulfilled that things are falling in place and are going to happen. I'm looking forward to it. Negative thoughts, they are coming, they are arising, but because I feel great, because I feel good about the future and doing things one at a time and accomplishing it, for me to feel good, then the negative thoughts are minuscule. And if I don't have those kind of feelings of feeling good and having good thoughts, then those minuscule problems, those negative thoughts actually are huge, larger than ants. Not today. Today, I am seizing the day with gusto and enjoying life. You, while you're listening to this, I am hoping you can enjoy your life and know how to overcome these negative thoughts, what to do in case these negative thoughts ruin your day. Just understand that those negative thoughts are small problems. Those negative thoughts that are ants are nothing compared to the good things that can happen in your life if you just let those negative thoughts go. So, with a wave of my hand, I'm going to move this mouse, and I'm going to close this session, and I'm going to wish you all a great day, a great evening, Spokojna noche.